No wonder if vlogging still exists in this time period. I mean, can you imagine if like the Korea actually was like to go on the internet and they find somebody's vlog saying, "Man, those blue bastards today just didn't give me enough fruit today on my basket." I wonder how that would look on to them. What's up, fellow agents? Welcome back to Nephilim Entertainment, and I'm your host, Metron Rail. Thank you for tuning in to my coverage of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And this is episode 7, Together or Not at All. Well, Gemma, Fitz, and Daisy have a nice little task in front of them. Run! That's all they have to do. Run! Let's get out of here. Let's book it, guys. Dip out. Deuces and a dip. Yeah, I went there. So, last we seen, our three people made a daring escape against Cassius and his band of homicidal people. And now Gemma, Fitz, and Daisy are on the run. And to top all off, you got Gemma, who still has the nice little earwig thing in her skull. Daisy, who does not have any of her powers to access whatsoever. And Fitz, who, although he is in his badass stage right now, really is clueless about what's going to take place. So all they can do right now is run. Meanwhile, Phil is assessing the situation, especially with Tess's body floating up in midair, which has been not so long since we've seen that in the last episode. That was like, what, like 20 minutes worth of material? Dude, move on. It's creepy. So, Phil's worried about the dead bodies that are going to lead back to them, with all good reason. It seems like anytime people help S.H.I.E.L.D., there's always dead bodies. It makes you really reluctant to want to help them at all. Maybe Deke getting away was actually a good thing, so Phil's worried about that. Well, everything seems like it may be looking up for Gemma, Fitz, and Daisy until they get to their escape vehicle and it explodes. Not to mention, Gemma then gets attacked by her psycho earwig. Plus, Daisy has to fight off a courier too without her powers. This is just getting better and better. So, with all this going on, Cassius and his brother, little Flownock, whatever his name is, have a bit of a, I guess you can say, grudge match on who can bring back the humans and who has Daddy's approval and all this. And yeah, apparently he's got his own champion, which is Meston Dar, some little psychopath. Looks like he's early teens or late teens, early 20s, equivalent to some little homicidal little punk who thinks that he's the master of his universe. And apparently he wants to kill all humans with their own primitive weapons. Good luck with that. Going against regular humans, yeah, I can see you coming out on top, but going against trained agents, you got insurance, right? So Cassius approaches Sinara, and I guessed it. Apparently, Sinara is not too keen on the fact that he was willing to barter her life for his own approval from his own family. Way to make the woman who saved your life mad. Yeah, we find out that little nougat later on that apparently Sinara saved his life. And he's just going to throw it away. Good on you, man. Good on you. Yeah, make the woman mad that can easily kill you with some marbles. Yeah, smart plan. So, while this is all going on, we're catching up with May on the surface. And the surface, whoo, talk about a vacation paradise. You got gravity storms and whipping cyclones and roaches everywhere, and it's all just awesome. Really great vacation spot. May, of course, is stumbling around with a messed up leg, and lo and behold, who should find her but Enoch. Now, she's all fine with meeting new people. She just is her nice little natural grumpy self. But whenever Enoch is reciting the names of her fellow agents, he says a name that sounds a little bit familiar to me. Egypt, Phil Collins' name apparently rings a bell in her ear. Kind of find out she remembers the guys that he is the one that kidnapped them and threw them in this nice little psychotic nightmare. Yeah, way to go, Enoch. But everything should go great, right? I mean, all they have to do is just find the others and find a way out of here and hope for the best, right? Well, they have something else to worry about. Apparently, something that is powerful enough to scare the roaches away. This is not good. Not good whatsoever. So, we go back to our group, and Flint, something was brought up that I forgot to mention in the last episode. Flint has the ability to apparently move rocks and boulders and whatnot and shape rocks. I've seen on a lot of pages, a lot of forums and stuff where people put up the possibility of something that I thought of too. What if he had the power to put the earth back together? I mean, that'll stick with me. I know it's far-fetched, but you also have to remember too that Daisy Johnson, our little girl who can cause tremors and shake things apart, apparently is the destroyer of worlds. Well, why not make Flint the reviver of the world? I mean, it does make sense. And if you remember in previous seasons before, Lincoln said that inhuman powers sort of line up with what's needed in that day and what the attitude is and what sort of, it's like nature's way of selecting someone and giving someone a power that can help sort of counteract what's going on in the current situation. You have the earth that's blown apart. Why not give it a human ability to put it back together? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and make that my poll question. So with all this going on, Flint actually discovers and he finally recognizes that, hey, where's Tess? He realizes that people are dying in the pursuit of him, which he's not too comfortable with. And then you got him sort of, I guess you could say, sort of dart himself away from the group. I'm thinking he's having survivor's guilt. That's my issue. Then you got Cassius and Falnock and their nice little stay relationship. You find out Cassius was actually a leader in an army. Well, Daddy apparently sent him on a mission, and it apparently didn't go over so well. So Cassius did what any normal person would do in that situation. He took tail and run. But I guess in the Kree Empire, that is not an honorable thing to do. So he was, I guess, disowned and exiled for his cowardliness. I say it's survival instinct, but who am I to judge? Either way, Falnock feels that his brother is a coward, weak, and undeserving to be part of the family. Go figure, right? So, with all this going on, Deeks can't stay away. He shows back up to help Daisy, Fitz, and Simmons find and relocate and get back together with all the group. I like Deeks' character. I know people might resent him a little bit for what he did to Daisy, but like I said, survival instinct. You can't fault a person for that. You can't fault a person for wanting to live. And I honestly think that in the situation that happened, my personal opinion, I think he handled it the best he could. And I think he did what any sensible person would do. He saved her life. Granted, it meant her being shackled and chained, but she's alive. Be grateful. But thanks. So with all that being said, Mac tries to comfort Flint in ways that maybe he feels that he can reach out and sort of get in common. I mean, he has his own little brother. Maybe in a way, talking about grief and loss will help him better relate to Flint. And you think it's gonna actually make a big difference? No, Flint basically just goes and turns himself in. So, with that being said, you think, oh crap, he's gonna go turn himself in. He's gonna have to be rescued. Blah blah blah. Well, you're half right. You are half right because when he turns himself in, while they're cleaning out his pockets, They found a bunch of pebbles. I knew right then. Pebbles. Mm. Let me take cover. Let me just get where it's safe, okay? Go ahead. And he does what is expected of him. He combines the rocks together, makes a nice little spearhead, and kills the person who wants to keep him captive. I think he's gonna go completely like pseudo Agent Badass on him, but he gets surprised by Sonara, snuck up behind, knocked out. Okay, so he has to be rescued. Still, turn around and using your own abilities to take down the person who killed one of your friends, Flint. I'm starting to like a kid. That is awesome. So I do have to point something out too. After this whole big old deal, this whole big old battle, apparently Sonara and Master team up somewhat to catch the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I love the nickname Daisy gives them. She drops another Star Wars reference, Mr. and Mrs. Boba Fett. I'm loving the Star Wars references. I'm loving it. Because any other time you'd be worried about copyright infringement, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is also owned by the same company that owns Star Wars, so hey, let's keep throwing references up there. Let's count how many times in a season they make Star Wars references, okay? So, comes the big climactic part of the story. You got escape, backstabbing, literally. You got Flint who wants to be a savior, and you got, yet again, another split up with the group. All this happening within the last, like, 12 minutes of the story. You know, they make this big plan to escape. They throw on the little anti-gravity device from Deeks and go up a shaft, which, by the way, I found funny that they didn't want him to go first. He had to go last to prove that he wasn't going to just get up there and tell and run. Honest to God, though, I don't blame him. I like the character. I like Deeks' character, but I still don't trust him. Sorry. But the backstabbing basically comes from Sonara. She literally backstabbed Mastar. Apparently, him wanting to act like he was the top dog didn't work well for her. Apparently, she likes being the alpha. So, when he's ready to go in and charge at the group, she literally stabs him in the back with her own marbles. Honest to God, I'm starting to like Sonara now. And then Flint is wanting to stay behind because he's wanting to save the people and liberate them from the cream. Actually, it's a very good notion. And I like the fact that normally I'd be a little upset about some kid wanting to stay back and save everybody, but he's not going about it like being the true blue, honest Boy Scout kind of superhero. No, I've got a feeling it's going to involve a lot more impelling and a lot more rocks to the skull. So even though basically I'm rooting for a murderer, I like the idea of Flint staying behind and wanting to being a savior. However, I don't like the fact that our group is splitting up once again. It used to make me mad with any kind of adventure story when you had a big group of people and they split up. Yes, story-wise, it brings a lot more stories into the mix, but I just hate the idea of our people splitting up. They are a team for a reason. I just don't like the fact of them splitting up. That's my honest opinion. But hey, don't judge me. It's just how I feel. And then we finally get a nice little conversation between Falnock and Sonara. Apparently, he openly pretty much talks down to her like she's some little go-to dog, and she pretty much throws out there, well, I could go get your best guy, but I killed him, or he's dead. Who killed him? I did. The thing that got me though was that he laughed. Falnock laughed. I was thinking that he was going to go on some mental binge and start going ape shit crazy, wanting her killed, wanting her brother to do it, or wanting his brother to do it, blah blah. No, he actually wanted to take her and add her to his ranks, which I'm surprised at first that Cassius didn't throw more of a fit, but Snare just kind of looked at him and watched him, and the biggest surprise happened everything. Because I thought maybe she was going to end up killing him. No, spoiler alert, Cassius kills Falnock himself, stabbing him in the back, literally. Once again, these people don't know the definition of an honorable fight. He literally stabs his brother in the back, killing him, and we find out that he realized that his father didn't send him on a mission for glory. He sent him on a suicide mission to get rid of him. Ouch. So, him surviving that, and then Sonara actually, it brought out that she saved his life, and that's the reason why they're together. It's painting a picture that, are they actually master and servant? Are they general and lieutenant? Or are they lovers? Because the way he looks at her at the end and the way she looks at him, almost like she's ready just to do some adult things to him on the coffee table right beside the dead brother. I'm just saying, I mean, she's giving him lustful eyes that make me think, girl, are you okay? But brother's gone, so he's out of the hair. I don't know exactly how Cassius is going to play it off, other than the fact that, oh, well, the humans killed my brother and I avenged them. Okay, so you're going to make it sound like your brother died by the hands of some humans. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that story. But as our group's trying to escape, they're all set up for a nice little crash landing in the vehicle, which Phil points out that, well, maybe it's not like a flying car. And that's actually the first reference we had to Lola in a long time. So, welcome back, Lola. Whatever happened to her, too, by the way? I mean, I know it's set in the future, the world's destroyed and all that, but did she survive? Did the very first star of the TV show, who first made an appearance in the episode 1, did she survive the apocalypse? Please let me know. Well, we find out what happened to Enoch and May. Apparently they were rescued by whoever's surviving on the Earth. But they're greeted by someone that I did not even expect for them to come across. Until right the very last second, then it dawned on me, could that possibly be Bird in Hand? Yes! Yes! Spoiler! Yes! Little old Robin, who was mute and didn't really speak, she's actually here and survived 70 years in the future. You go, girl. Alright, up next for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Robin. Old Robin, for that fact. Is she friend or foe? And I'm thinking that maybe possibly that her powers are linked to the fact that whatever is going on right now in the present, and then whatever is going on in the future, maybe in the sort of like little creepy little fourth dimensional kind of thing, maybe the older self and younger self can like communicate with each other. I mean, think about it. Time itself, I mean, Fitz even explained what time itself was. You know, we're looking at history through the pages of a book, and you're flipping through the pages. Well, you can't change the page's outcome, but maybe if you can connect, say, a chapter 9 with a chapter 70 and be able to communicate in between by some weird time space telepathy, that may be why Robin knows how. That may be the secret to her power. That's my opinion. But my thought is on this: is she friend or foe? Because in the premiere, she seemed like she was a little sort of wanting to end things, and it involved Daisy. I mean, what? Is she going to send back the rest of the group while she kills Daisy? I mean, why not just have Daisy sent there in the first place, kill her now, to where she can't destroy the Earth? I mean, that to me might make a little bit more sense, but then again, who knows? But that's going to do it for me. I already dropped my question in the middle of the video, and if, in case you don't know, I'll be sure to drop a timestamp of when it was. But anyway, be sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and be sure to like my page. Drop me a comment, friendly one by the way. Let me know what you think about this episode, and subscribe to my videos and my page for more content. And be sure to stay to the end of the video for more content. But I'm S.H.I.E.L.D. You're watching Nephilim Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.